I hope you all are fit and fine at your places. I'm Priyanka Bish from Arden Progressive School, and in today's session we will be continuing with the topic journal of chapter number 3, which is recording of transaction part 1. In the previous classes we have studied about various journal entries based on the transaction of purchase and sale. So in today's session there will be new terms or new transaction relating to the discount. Now there are two types of discount. We have already discussed it in the basic accounting terms. First is trade discount, second is cash discount. We'll be learning about the difference between these discounts and also how to record the transaction based on these discount in the journal entry. We'll be learning about these types of discounts and also how to record the transaction based on these accounts in the books of original entry, which is journal. Now, first we will see what is trade discount. Trade discount means this is the discount which is allowed by the wholesaler or the manufacturer to the retailer at a fixed percentage on the listed price of the item. So basically this discount is allowed by manufacturer and the wholesaler, and it is always allowed on the marked price of the items or product. So first point on trade discount will be it is allowed by the wholesaler or the manufacturer to the retailer at a fixed percentage on the listed price of product. So trade discount is allowed by wholesaler to the retailer at a fixed percentage of listed price of the product. Now, cash discount. What is cash discount? Cash discount is the discount which is allowed if the customer makes the payment within the fixed period of time or immediately, or we can say by making prompt payment customer can get cash discount. So here we can say cash discount is allowed if the customer makes the payment immediately or within fixed period of time. So cash discount means it is allowed when the customer makes the payment within fixed period or immediately. So this is the first point of difference between trade discount and cash discount. Now second point of difference is trade discount is not recorded separately in the books of account. Now, trade discount amount will not be recorded separately in the books of account. That means any transaction relating to trade account, it will not be recorded in journal. Second, in cash discount, it is always recorded in the books of account. So any transaction relating to cash discount, it will be recorded in the books of account. Third point of difference is it is deducted from the invoice amount of trade discount will be deducted from the invoice, and after that net amount will be recorded in the books of account. Whereas cash discount is not deducted from invoice. As we know, trade discount is allowed on the listed price of product, so that is why it will be deducted from the invoice, whereas cash discount is offered for the customer when they makes prompt payment, so it will not be deducted from the invoice. As we know, trade discount is allowed on the listed price of the product, so that amount will be deducted from the invoice and the net amount will be recorded in the books of accounts. Whereas we know cash discount is allowed when the customer makes prompt payment, so there is no deduction of amount from the invoice. So these were the basic difference between cash discount and trade discount, and the major treatment of discount in the books of account is that trade discount is not recorded in the books of account, whereas cash discount will be recorded in the books of accounts. So now we will be solving numerical question based on the treatment of discount. Question is, record the following transaction in the journal of Naresh and Company. In 2018, on 1st June, paid cash to Mahesh and discount received from him. So cash is paid to Mahesh amounting to rupees 9,600 and discount is received from him rupees 400. 4th June, received cash from Arun rupees 4,900 and discount allowed to him rupees 100. Then June 10, goods sold to Harish amounting to rupees 30,000. 12th June, Harish returned goods amounting to rupees 2,000. 14th June, received cash from Harish rupees 27,500 in full settlement of his account. 20th June, sold goods to Gopal of the list price of 60,000 at 10% trade discount. 23rd June, purchased goods from Ravi of the list price of 20,000 at 15% trade discount. So now we have to record all these transactions in the books called journal. Now coming to the solution part, first we will draw the format of journal. So this is journal of Naresh and Company. First column is of date, then particulars, LF, which is ledger folio, debit amount, and credit amount. So now, according to the question, first transaction is on 1st June. Year is 2018, June 1st. And the transaction is paid cash to Mahesh and discount received from him. Now here we are paying the amount of cash to Mahesh and we are receiving discount from him. This means this is the discount which we have received, so it will be considered as income. Now here, as we know, cash has been paid to Mahesh. Two accounts are affected here. First is cash, second is Mahesh. So here Mahesh is the receiver of cash. We will debit Mahesh account according to the personal account rule. Mahesh account debit to cash account. As we are making the payment of cash, so there is outflow of cash. Being a real account, the rule of real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So outflow of cash will be credited. Now here discount has been received. So discount received will be considered as an income. Income comes under the category of nominal account And rule for nominal account is debit all expense and credit all income. So we will credit income which is in the form of discount received. So here as we have made the cash payment of 9,600 and discount has been received amounting to rupees 400. So total of credit balance will be debit balance here. 10,000 is the debit balance. Narration for this entry will be cash paid and discount received. Now, next transaction is on 4th June and the transaction is received cash from Arun and discount allowed to him. Now here we have received cash from Arun and we are allowing some discount to him. So here discount allowed is an expense because discount is allowed by the seller to the buyer. So here we will write, as we are receiving cash, cash is coming in the business. So cash account will be debited. Discount is being allowed. So here discount allowed is treated as expense. Expenses are always debited according to the nominal rule account. And who is the giver of cash? Giver of cash is Arun. So according to the rule of personal account, we know debit the receiver, credit the giver. Giver is Arun. So Arun's account will be credited. Now cash received from Arun is 4,900 and discount allowed to him rupees 100. So total amount is rupees 5,000. Narration for this journal entry will be cash received and discount allowed. Now, next transaction is on 10th June. Transaction is sold goods to Harish. Now, in this transaction, goods have been sold to Harish. It is not mentioned in the transaction whether these goods are sold in cash or not. So, here we will assume that these goods are sold to Hari on credit. Now, goods have been sold to Hari. That means Hari is the receiver of good. So, we will debit Hari's account. To sales is an income, so it will be credited. Amount is rupees 30,000. 30,000 goods have been sold to Hari. Narration for this entry will be sold goods on credit. So next transaction is on 12th June. June 12th. And the transaction is Harish returned goods. As we have sold goods to Harish amounting to rupees 30,000, out of which goods amounting to rupees 2,000 has been returned by Harish. So here, as we know, if sales is considered as income, so sales return will be considered as expense. Expenses are debited, so we will debit sales return account. And who is the giver of goods? Giver of goods is Hari. Hari's account will be credited according to the personal account rule. Amount is rupees 2,000. A narration for this entry will be goods returned by Hari. Next transaction is on 14th June. June 14th. Received cash from Harish 27,500 in full settlement of his account. Now here the amount which we have received from Harish in full settlement is 27,500. As we have sold goods to Hari amounting to rupees 30,000, out of which goods amounting to rupees 2,000 has been returned by Hari. Now the amount due to Hari is 28,000. But here Hari has paid 27,500 in full settlement, which means the amount which was supposed to be paid by Hari is 28,000 and we have agreed to receive 27,500 from Hari. That means we have allowed discount to Hari amounting to rupees 500. So 500 will be discount allowed for us. Entry will be as we are receiving cash from Hari. So cash account will be debited according to real account. Debit what comes in. We have allowed some discount also. Discount allowed is expense. So it will be debited according to nominal account rule and giver of cash is Hari. So Hari's account will be credited. Now here amount of cash received from Hari is 27,500 and we have allowed a discount of 500 to Hari. Hari was supposed to pay 28,000. So here narration for such entry will be cash received from Hari and discount allowed. Now next transaction is on 20th June 20. Transaction is sold goods to Gopal of the list price 60,000 at 10% trade discount. Now here goods have been sold to Gopal for rupees 60,000 less 10% trade discount. So here as we know it is a trade discount, it is not recorded in the books of account but it will be deducted from the invoice. So the entry here will be goods sold to Gopal. It's not mentioned in the transaction that these goods are sold in cash. So we will assume that goods have been sold to Gopal on credit. So here entry will be Gopal account debit as Gopal is the receiver of goods. So according to the personal account rule, we will debit Gopal's account to sales account. No entry for trade discount is recorded. So the entry will be Gopal account debit to sales account as sales is an income. So income is credited. Now what will be the amount recorded in the books of account? We know we have to deduct the amount from the invoice. So here the goods were amounting to rupees 60,000. 10% is the trade discount. That means the discount amount is 6,000. So this 6,000 will be deducted from the invoice. Invoice is amounting to rupees 60,000. 60,000 minus 6,000 will be 54,000. So we will record the amount 54,000. Narration for this transaction will be sold goods to Gopal at trade discount 10% on credit. Now the last transaction is on June 23 and the transaction is purchased goods from Ravi of the list price 20,000 at 15% trade discount. Again here the discount is trade discount. So it will not be recorded separately in the books of account but it will be deducted from the invoice. So here entry for this transaction will be as goods have been purchased from Ravi. It is not mentioned whether it is purchased on cash. So we will assume that these goods are purchased from Ravi on credit. Entry will be goods are purchased, so it is an expense. Purchases account will be debited according to the nominal account rule because it is an expense. And who is the giver of goods? Giver of goods is Ravi. So Ravi's account will be credited. Now here, the amount at which the goods are purchased is 20,000 and there is 15% trade discount. So 15% of 20,000 is 3,000. 3,000 is the amount of trade discount which will be deducted from the invoice price. Invoice is of 20,000. So 20,000 minus 3,000 is 17,000. So the narration for this entry will be goods purchased on credit and at trade discount 15%. So this is how we will show the treatment of discount in the books of journal. With this, we have completed one numerical question based on trade discount. In the next session, we will be continuing with some more questions based on the different topics. That's all for today. Thank you.